So here we have another really good question. What is it that can make a meltdown occur in a CANDU reactor? Now, to contextualize that, a CANDU reactor is the Canadian design. It actually stands for Canada and Deuterium, meaning that they use deuterated water for the moderator. That's largely the biggest difference, although they do have the design capability to run on natural uranium. It just is more economical to use enriched uranium. But all that aside, the actual meltdown mechanism in a CANDU reactor is really just the same as in any other commercial reactor that we have today. And it comes from basic physics. When you're running the reactor and having the fission taking place, the energy to boil the water comes from the fission. But all of those fission products are generally going to be born, for the most part, as radioactive nuclei. And so they're going to take some time to decay. So even after you turn off the reactor and you stop the coolant through there, those fission products are still going to generate heat because they're decaying. That radioactive decay gives off betas and gammas and so forth, and those are stopped in the material, and the energy, their kinetic energy, turns into heat. So even though the energy that's given off by radioactive decay is only around 1% of the actual power right when you turn it off, that 1% is going to persist for some period of time. It's going to exponentially decay, but the amount of heat that it generates is not entirely negligible. A power reactor is a lot of energy being produced at any given time, and so even 1% is not negligible, especially after it goes over a period of time. What happens from the laws of physics is that the temperature of something that's generating heat will increase until the heat extraction rate is equal to the heat generation rate. And the heat extraction rate in a nuclear reactor is generally done by water, running water through it. So if you stop the water running through it, then you're not removing the heat. And so the temperature is going to build up until regular heat conduction is able to remove the heat passively. Now, traditionally, with CANDU fuel and modern reactor fuel, that temperature where that equilibrates is at the melting temperature for the fuel. The fuel is not designed to get to those high temperatures that are that high without melting. And that's what a meltdown is. These new modern reactors that we're coming out with have fuel that would not do that, that won't melt down at those temperatures. And so they're passively safe in that sense. A lot of these small modular reactors do that. When it comes to the molten salt reactors, they're already liquid, and so they're just not able to boil. The key is that there's no phase transition. There's no chemical change when you stop the coolant. So I hope that helps. Let me know if it didn't, and keep asking the questions. Thanks. Bye.